back.
What's up, bro?
Back. Well, I figured I didn't wear a hat because, I mean, in these days, man, I can't be hiding anything. You can't be hiding anymore.
Funny.
I can't be hiding behind the hat.
I gotta be yourself.
I've got to show my baldness, or as you said, I'm not going to hide my shame.
That's funny.
As you said, to hide my shame, and it's smooth. I've taken the hair off that I would have. But how you been?
All right, bro. How about you?
Good. Sorry about yesterday.
It
was good. It was well, I first stepped on, and it was like I haven't snowboarded for it's been almost 11 years. So it was, you know when like you skateboard and you're used to doing all these great tricks, and then you haven't done it for a really, really long time. Well, you do. You can ride a bowl, man. You can definitely ride a bowl. You can definitely ride mini ramp and stuff. But when I got back on, like I'm used to being very centered and just like, and it's like, and it wasn't there when I summoned it, right? And I'm like, oh my God, and I'm just kind of doing these, like, I'm not falling or anything, but I'm like, ooh. So the first little session we go to the big park, and we're not even using a chairlift. It's a very small mountain. It's very small. It's Mansfield Mountain. I wouldn't call it a mountain. It's a hill.
Right.
And we're not even, but for the little section, there's a rope, like a rope that pulls you. And I got the cheapest gloves I could get for $15 at Walmart. $7 a glove. And the rope would just slide through them like, and Jeff wouldn't believe me. He thought I was just weak. And then I gave it to our friend Nick, and Nick lent me one of his gloves, and I had mine so I could grab onto it. He's like, "Oh my God, it's like having olive oil on your hands."
That's fine.
I'm like, you have, yeah. And everyone's like, so it was, and I hated it. I hated it for the first half. I hated it, but then we got like a crappy food in the lodge and came back out, and all of a sudden, I was back. My feet worked again.
Oh, you were hangry.
It went like, it wasn't the food. It was like, I don't know. I figured my subconscious or something figured out. And I'm like, all right. And then we started doing jumps, and I felt really good. I was like, this. And then our last bit was amazing. It was great. It was like, it was a fan. And Jeff was so excited. He was like telling the lift rider, he's like, you guys have a fantastic place here. This is great. Like he was. So I was like, he said, Jeff's pumped. I'm pumped. So it was a good time.
Hell yeah.
It was a good time. Cool. So I haven't done it for a while. I'd like to go again, but it's just, man, it's even crappy Mansfield's expensive. So it's like,
yeah.
So it's just a poor skate.
The last time they were
for
supposed
me.
to go, Jeff told me they were booked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he had to buy them like days before or something. Because it's like, it was packed. Like the one lift was really packed. We had to go in the side list until at nighttime. So it's small though. It is small, but it's fun.
That's what she said.
It's small. She sure did. She sure did.
Sure did.
She never told me that though. She might tell her friend. She just tells her friends that. She told me it's perfect.
Yeah.
How
So what kind of video clips you got for us today?
I don't have shit. We're just
You
going
don't
to
have no video clips for us today?
Well, I figure that we could just channel it, man. We always get sidetracked and start talking about everything now. I mean, what was I thinking? There's in Sandusky here, there's this massive standoff, I guess, with the police, and somebody like shot two people across town.
Wow.
It's basically in my friend's backyard. So he was telling me they like had to gas it and then took the guy out.
I heard in Ross County they shut down the school for threats for like the several times this year or this month or something like that. That would be this month, but like third time or some shit like that because the threats. They shut down all the schools in the county.
Is it like it feels like it's all just related? Like we're just in these crazy times where nothing makes sense, where everything's kind of volatile, very volatile. I figured, when I put the Epstein, I put in the title Epstein on our last video, and it gave me this weird, and it wasn't giving a thumbnail, and it was like a half hour out. I'm like, where's the thumbnail? Normally it generates a thumbnail. And I look like in some other menu screen or whatever, and YouTube said this goes against, subject matter. Like, we're not allowed to talk about it. Like,
Mm.
number one, I've got a steady stream on Instagram of Epstein this, Epstein that, everything. I've heard it all before. We've all heard it all before. Like, the only thing that's gone on is just more confirmation that there's just something absolutely insane going on. Heard it all before. YouTube, Epstein. It's I'm looking right here, Epstein files right here. So if you're a bigger YouTuber, oh sure, talk about it. But if you're just like a couple idiots that have like in the middle of nowhere that have 4 followers that want to just jump on the big wave, they're like, sorry. Who are you? I feel like I'm in line for a club and I can't get in the club because I'm not cool enough to put Epstein in the title. So I just changed it to Mr. E, and I don't know. It's probably not being shown to too many people, but that's the way it goes, I guess.
But I mean that just goes to kind of reinforce what I said on I don't know if it was the last one or the one before that, but the Trojan horse of social media. You know what
What
I'm
do you mean by
saying?
Trojan horse of social media?
Okay, so just like you said, you get on everything, and my algorithms aren't showing me every, just throwing that out there. Mine are different. But
Oh yeah.
on X, it's hard to get away from. But on like YouTube and stuff, no, I don't see too much of that. Um, but the technology is there to trace everybody who likes everything. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Like the
So,
Trojan horse that we're letting in all the spyware and the AI bot
no,
things and everything. Is that what you
no,
mean? No.
no,
Okay.
no. So I introduce you to people who are spouting the things that may or may not be true, but they're what's going along with whatever message I don't want you to hear. You know what I'm saying? I promote, and on my left hand, I'm promoting the hate speech, and on my right hand, I'm condemning it. Okay?
Okay.
But as I'm promoting it, I'm only promoting it through these 5 fingers, right? And I'm looking at everybody who wires into that. So if you tap into it, you're fueling the idea that this isn't what you're supposed to be seeing. Stu Peters is throttled like 95%, but under all of his followers, they're all restricted by 95% for the same reasons that he's flagged for being throttled.
Yeah, but you're not saying like the spyware, like, or what, not like they're looking at what we're watching, the Trojan horse
They're
of the big.
identifying what we're
Yeah, the
identifying
Big Brother is watching us
with.
through our interests, and if we're
Mm-hmm.
interested in some subversive things. But I mean, and this is so big. From what I understand, I don't watch normal television at all, and from what
Right?
I just watch internet stuff. But what they're saying is nobody's even talking about it on mainstream media. That it's not even,
Well, I saw
which
it on
to
the
me,
news today.
that's hilarious.
Grandma had it on the news today.
How
It
can
popped up on the news for Grandma.
the mainstream though is so out of touch? They're going through like all these creepy things, and that's all like people are really like talking about is how disgusting and creepy. And then you look at the Grammys, and there's like horse person lady, sexual horse beast musician. Have you seen this thing? They're like dressed like one girl, the Sharon, whatever, or whatever her name is, Roan, Chapel Roan. It's got this nipple dress on that is like a necklace that's her dress that it's attached to her nipple. They just look like the Hunger Games. Have you seen the Hunger Games? When the rich people are so insanely decadent and so off the top in their strange balls that they go to where they dress like so creepy and what's the word I'm looking for? Not outrageous, absurd. like just absurd, I guess is the word that I'm looking for, but
Yeah.
like really decadent. Here, I'll
Our
show
co-
you. You
our
haven't seen
country has done a really good job of embracing its subversion, honestly.
horse musician Grammys. I'll show you, but it just shows you how like out of come on, there it is. How out of touch are they? Like how out of touch? Because nobody wants to see this crap anymore. This is what they're marketing to kids in culture. And it seems like there's been like the whole vibe shift and everything like that Hollywood is still trying so hard to deny it. This is like this person. Like what is going on? Like what is going on here? I don't know any songs
Who is that
that
person?
I don't know.
Look at her
Horse
name's
Girl.
wrong.
It's Horse Girl, I believe is her name, which is it's neat. And then this is the Chappell-Rion.
How old is she? Does she have a wiki page?
I maybe Horse
Let's
Girl.
go ahead. I mean, she's already on it. Let's make her more
let's
famous. Horse Girl
Yeah,
wiki.
let's where rock band it says. I don't. No, okay. Maybe there's a different Horse Girl.
Hmm.
I got to switch screens here to show you what I'm looking at, brother. Okay, there we go. There we go. We need a Jamie. When we're huge, we'll get a Jamie. My barn. Oh my God, is it all horse songs? My barn rules. My little white barn. I'm starting to like Horse Girl. If every song is about being a horse, it's like I love it when I eat a carrot or something. Like they're like, okay, you've really committed to this horse thing.
I want to know how old she is and where she's
I don't
from.
know. Is she American? Like this is. I mean, she's really
Ooh, that's a good
committed.
question.
You think it's really a?
she?
Those are big legs. Really a she?
You're right.
This is this. Okay, everything's screwing up. This is like beyond furry. This is. There's something very. I don't know, man. Doesn't there something look kind of dark about this? Sort of sinister. Like, what are these tattoos here?
Yeah.
Like to use the word. Let's go with my barn rules. Is this? Oh, you know what? We probably can't play it. You know why? Because of copyright.
Probably because of copyright.
Probably because of copyright, and they'll take us down, man. I've already been taken down. But yeah, that's Horse Girl, and she was at the Grammys. And I just thought that it was like that just felt very out of touch for what like the general vibe has been amongst at least the people that I follow. Like really, like is anybody like thrilled about?
Do you know anybody under 18 right now?
Skateboarding?
Okay, I have
No,
seen
no, I don't. I don't know
some
anyone under
some
18.
young
As a
kids
skater,
that have
you'll
come up that have, what's that?
but well, you know, as a skater, that you'll hang out with younger kids, and not like it sounds weird,
Yeah.
but my mom used to when I was in high school. I remember I was like 12, and there'd be like 20-year-olds like, "What are you doing around 20-year-olds?" Like, I didn't know how to answer her.
It's
And
just
then fast
skating.
forward, and I'm like, maybe 30 years old and getting my hair cut. My hairdresser's kid was talking about, he was like in his teens and he was hanging out with some guy that's 30. She was telling a story about how he bombed a hill. The guy who was 30 bombed a hill and ate it. And I'm like, your kid's hanging out with 30-year-olds? And she's like, oh yeah, they're skaters. And I kind of went, oh yeah. And then I thought about it, and I skate, and I'm like, yeah, I'm really good friends with a 14-year-old kid that I skate with all the time. It's like, there's nothing like, it doesn't go beyond skateboarding ever, but it's like when you're at the skate park, what I end up doing, me, I'll give them like knowledge. I give them life advice that they never ask for. And I can't help it.
Turn it into the
I
old
just
man.
cannot, I know, and I can't help it. But you know how it is when you're a skater and you're old, but if you like are out there having fun, the kids love you. But when you're a kid, all you want to do is fight the other guys. Like it was like it used to be a lot more. Like skateboarding was a more, I guess, aggressive, gave more anxiety around other like skaters it could. But once you get older, you're accepted by everybody
Well,
because you're
I
an
look
old.
like I could beat up a 15-year-old. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
So
you
they
look
might
like you
fight with
definitely.
each other when I'm not gonna be there or when I'm not there, but I'm not one to sit around while everybody else is hooting and hollering. I want to get in on it too. So
Yeah, but you
that's
could
gotten
take
me
that
in
you could take
trouble.
most skaters. I'm sure you could probably take a couple like at
I
a
mean, the
time.
difference between me and most skaters is I generally have a mouthpiece in my pocket just in case.
Do you?
Yeah.
How often do you train at like jujitsu?
Um, I haven't done jujitsu in a while. I've been boxing over the winter. I was boxing. That's what I was doing right before this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not MMA. It's just boxing or just jujitsu, or you
Just
don't mix it all
boxing.
up.
No,
So
not for today. No.
if you could be better at fighting or skating, what would you choose?
Fighting for sure.
Really?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, I get much more of a thrill from a fight than I ever do skating. Skating,
Dude.
when I get into a fight, I've accepted that my body is going to be in a whole lot of trouble, but I've also trained to fall for that trouble. You know what I mean? When I'm skateboarding, I'm hoping my body is not in trouble. It's a very different
That's
anxiety.
weird. You probably really know, like, well, you're really good at falling then, because I mean, if you can't fall and skate, that's the best thing I can do is fall. Like, if you know how to fall, that saves you so much, in skating.
Yeah.
I watch videos of these kids and they're like, and they'll fall and they'll land so stupid. And like, what are you doing? They'll like break their legs or break
Same
their
thing in a
ankles and
fight,
stuff.
dude. If
It's
you're
like,
falling
you
back
can't.
over your arm like that and you go to catch yourself, you'll snap your arm in half.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. No, I've got a trick one. I know how to collapse. Like I do that now. Like I used to put my elbow out to guard it like that. It was like ugh, and it would just it unlocks my arm, and then it's just a world of pain that I'm in.
Right?
I remember the first time I did it, I was on a handrail, and I was like, I should be grinding this, and then I fell hard, bam, and then I'm like, I like, is it out of place? And then it just got worse and worse, and it took hours. The second time I did it was on a ledge. It wasn't a handrail; it was a ledge. Third time I did it, it was on a 2-inch like manual pad. I'm like, oh my god, this is terrifying. Like it was really like, oh man. Um, and it's awful. It takes like rehab and stuff. But fighting, man, fighting, it'd be cool. It's a bigger event. Like if you're really good at fighting, I imagine it's a big to do and everything.
Bro, the the
Well, if
people
you
that
on
you
the top
see on
list.
TV that are doing it, they they're really, really good. Like they may not look like it in some fights with each other, but to be at that level, you've got to have reflexes that make other people look stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the reality is most fighters are making fucking 18, 20 bucks an hour in a gym teaching cardio kickboxing classes and maybe a couple $1,000s a year or a couple $1,000s a fight a couple times a year. You can only fight 3, 4 times a year if you win everything unscathed, unless you're
yeah.
just going back to back, just crushing people. But that's how you end up in those bigger leagues like that. So
Well, I know
it's a wild sport.
Connor was going to be a plumber, right?
Mm.
Like he was like, I'm going to be a plumber, and then but he just fought his way to the where he is. Fought and talked his way to where he is.
For the longest time, I didn't like Connor, and then it was kind of after he was bigger that I went back and I watched some of his like his early fights before he got into the UFC, and he does this. He's fighting some guy that the guy looks bigger than him, but he does this weird thing where he like steps forward and he throws his foot behind his other leg and he jabs the guy's kneecap with that foot, right? And
Hmm.
if you weren't paying, if you don't know anything about MMA, you would never have seen it. It was so just lightning quick. And it got the guy so off guard and so good on that knee that like he tried to use it. He couldn't really agility himself around. And as soon as he realized he couldn't use it, kind of knocked him out because he couldn't move anymore. So that's when I was like, that's some cool shit right there. And I've tried it a couple of times. Nobody sees that coming. Nobody sees that
Yeah.
coming. You know what I
Well,
mean?
he did sneaky stuff. That cowboy guy, he knocked him out basically by shouldering his nose, like used his
Mm,
shoulder to get his nose. I mean,
oh,
when Connor
cowboy.
first came out, he blew everyone away. I was doing comedy at this place called it's a Welsh bar, like a Welsh bar that was in Santa Monica. Cock and Bull. It's called the Cock and Bull.
Cock and
This
balls.
in this English guy was a bartender, and he liked me, but he didn't like all the comics. Like one guy took his shirt off. He's like, "Put your fucking shirt back on!" Like one real
Ah,
Cockney guy. And I was always cool. I tipped, and I didn't give him any shit. I was just nice to him, so he was always really cool with me. But they were putting. It was on a Sunday night, and they put Connor was on for the first time. And I think he had that like almost mohawk thing, or like he had crazy hair, and no one knew who he was yet. And he comes in, he's like, and he just beats the crap out of the guy, and the whole place went nuts. Like this comedy show was over, and people were going nuts. Like, who's this guy? Who's this? He's this Irish guy, and he had that, the Irish Spring accent, and he was just so new.
Irish Spring
And
accent.
yeah, like I'm the Irish Spring, I'm a
You as you
I'm a fighter,
yourself.
I loved him. Everyone loved him. Like this guy's crazy. He's got so much energy, and he was so new, and it was like such a like boom. And you knew there's something special about the guy. And then he got rich and became what he is.
Happens.
But
Happens, man. He might be the next
yeah,
president of Ireland. Let's hope.
he's trying to be.
I
He's
hope he
trying to be.
makes it, man. He's got my vote.
To your Irish vote.
Yeah.
Well, he
There's a
did.
little red
He
in there.
came out about. He did it in a Masonic temple. Him and Tucker had that interview in a Masonic temple, which was funny that they did it in a
Ah,
Masonic
they
temple.
let him in they showed him the fucking secret squirrely fucking handshake.
Oh, yeah, of course, man. Someone showed me the handshake once. Another Mason.
Yeah?
They talk. Yeah, I forgot what it was or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I've been like handshaked by Masons before, and failed the Mason handshake. Like, 'cause I've had like men give me like weird. I'm like, your secret society handshaking me, aren't you? But I'm failing miserably, aren't I? Like it's like some weird
Yeah.
thing. It's like you're
It's
not one
funny
of
how
us.
everybody expects you to be in the club.
Yeah, oh yeah. They look at me and go, "This guy's definitely in the club."
He's in the club. It's funny.
I am not in the club, man. I am not in the club. It doesn't sound like it's a good time to be in the club. Like maybe
You
you
know,
think people will ever do anything? You think people will do anything about all this stuff that's coming out? Like they're actually like there be any ramifications for any of this?
should there be?
I mean, I think there's going to be ramifications, but I don't know if it's going to be like it's got to affect people like psyche, like the
It's already
collective
affecting
consciousness,
psyche. I
everything.
mean,
Like
we've
people
got
have
a
just
short little bit of time, and we're using it to talk about this bullshit. You know what I mean?
it's interesting. Like I said, it was going on for like our entire lives, and when no one knew about it, it was like the great. People were happy and blissful and not knowing about it. And now that people kind of know that there's this deep darkness underneath society that's kind of probably been there for thousands of years, and there's a lot of, and you're almost weird to not know about it. I remember when we were first talking about it to my friend I talked to, who I used to be roommates with in L.A., and he was way into it, and we're talking like 2004, like way into it. And he's just like, I mean, he's not even into it that much anymore. He's like, I just kind of feel a little bit vindicated. All the things he wasn't scared to talk about it, and I was like, yeah, it might be true, but what can you do? which I guess is kind of still my stance. What is there anything that's going to be done about it, or but I guess the whole point that I have is it might just kind of be like a almost put like people in a as a whole, like a society, the collective society in some sort of depression that like, well, what do we stand for? Who are we? If this is what
That's
it's all about, all these people that are
that's the
supposed to be
golden nugget
our
right
elite and they're evil, it's
there. The
like,
golden nugget right
or
there is it puts people into a mindset of um hopelessness, that there's nothing I
yeah,
can do anyways. But that's not true. That's not necessarily true. You know, the real power does rest in the people, but the people they don't have the leadership. They don't have it within them. You know what I mean? We made a republic so that we didn't have to worry about everything that was going on for laws and stuff. We wanted to go about our lives, so we represented people to fucking go and make these decisions for us. And unfortunately, it's something that I think if you don't go to a local level and create zones in your local level that just don't go with the norms that are going on to it. I mean, not only would it be a red flag to the machine, but I think a lot of other places would follow. Um, it only takes one cell in a system to change its mind and act a different way to change the entire system and change the entire organism. And I do believe that.
did we did we ever talk about the 100th monkey?
The 100th
Was
monkey?
that us?
Was that the where they gave
Or
them
is it,
bananas
it's
and there was a shower?
it's like, yeah, where they wash their
I know the
bananas.
experiment. Yeah, go ahead and tell it.
Yeah, where it's like 1,000 monkey or 500 or something. I don't know if it's the
I didn't
100
think
or
it was
whatever,
that
but
many.
there's a certain
I
number.
they
Yeah,
thought they
it's like
started with
20.
five.
Well,
They
it's something.
started.
Well, it was a lot of maybe there's maybe there was 100 monkeys, but by the time like the 15th or whatever, say start. If anybody's listening to this, the thing is this: there's monkeys, right, and a bunch of monkeys, a bunch of chimpanzees, or we'll say monkeys, whatever, 100 monkeys, and one of them takes their bananas and starts washing its banana in a stream. None of the other ones do this, and it's just doing it. And it's a weird little thing that it does, and then another monkey realizes that the other one's doing this and says, "Hey, that's a good idea." Starts doing it, and then a third one starts doing it, and they're little odd little group of monkeys that do it amongst the big mass of monkeys. But then finally, when like the 15th monkey washes its banana, all the monkeys now start to grab in and start to do the exact same thing. That it doesn't. It takes like from what I think it takes 10. It takes 10% of the population to change the rest of the full population in the social sciences. That
That's
if like
that's
if you
different
can
than the
convert
monkey
10
story I heard of.
if you can convert 10 true believers, like 10%, not 10 in general, but 10%. So if you have a million, then you have to convert like 100,000, right? In our country, you'd have to convert like what, 20 million or something like that, 30 million people to like go into one way. That all of a sudden there'll be a massive shift. Like those are the early adapters. And then once that happens, if it's truly an idea that's worth spreading that can catch on, then maybe the entire population will change. That's the whole like 100th monkey, 10th monkey, whatever. I think you understand.
So the monkey story that I heard was there was a science experiment, and they put five monkeys in a cage, and inside the cage were a bunch of water sprinklers, and they had a like a tree or a trunk in the middle, a pole in the middle, and at the top of it was a pile of bananas. And every time a monkey would go up there and get the bananas, the sprinklers would go off on all the other monkeys, but it would only fit one monkey up there. So After a couple of times, the monkey went up there and got bananas, and the other ones got sprinkled when they got down. The other monkeys started beating the shit out of it. Boom, 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 boom. And pretty soon, everybody knew not to go up there and get those fucking bananas. So then they pulled one of the chimps out and they put a new one in there. First thing the fucking chimp does is go running for the fucking bananas. All the monkeys beat the shit out of it. A couple of weeks go by and he's just like all the other ones. He won't even try to get it. They've done beat him up a couple of times. So they swap another monkey out. Same thing happens. It goes straight for the bananas. They beat him up. Pretty soon, the monkeys come in. They don't even get a chance to, and they're already beating them up before they get up there because all the monkeys know.
As soon as the new
After,
one comes, they just beat him up.
yeah, because they
Is that
start
what you're
looking
saying?
around at the bananas, and the other chimps would come over there and start beating them up before they got up there. Because every time you go up there,
And
we
the
all know.
monkey's like, "What? I was just what's bananas?"
Yeah.
Okay.
So then it got to where they couldn't even go up the pole because all the other fucking monkeys knew. Um, so then they ended up swapping them out one by one, and before they got to, I think it was 20, 25, there was a whole group of monkeys in there who had never eaten any of those bananas, who beat the shit out of a new monkey that came in there to go and get those bananas. They had never been sprayed by the sprinklers. They were just beating the shit out of the new monkey
Ah.
with the other monkeys.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
We don't go up there and get that.
It's just part of the. It's just learned behavior that it doesn't know why or wow. It's like that reminds me a little bit of the boat thing. Another weird. You ever heard like if you replace one piece of plank, like you have a boat, it's got like a one of the boards needs replacing, so you replace the board, and then you replace another board, and then it's the same boat, right? How many boards need to be replaced? And it's if you replaced every single board over a period of 100 years of a boat, every time the one went bad, that it's got completely different boards and none of the original boards are still there. Is it still the same boat?
The ship of Theseus.
Ship of
Mm.
Theseus. Is
Yeah,
that what
that's
it's
what that.
called?
Yeah.
So it's like
Um,
that seems like that's a ship of Theseus of monkeys that it's now none of the original. They still don't even know the original purpose, but it still holds the same shape, even though it doesn't. But they don't know why. There's something
Religion's
linky to
like
that.
that too.
Something. We're born into it. I mean, it's things that well, I wonder about like in my life, like things that I take for granted that I like just learned, and I think gravity was like that. Like everyone just, everyone until Isaac Newton just were like, what is that? Why is it falling to the ground? And
But
then
he didn't tell us
if you
why.
push, he didn't tell us why, but he realized that there was a force pulling it. And no one ever thought to even think that there was a force pulling it. They just thought it's just common. That's just what happens. Of course, why wouldn't it? But no one thought deeper about it until he was like, there's a force pulling it. And Einstein's like, well, it's space time we still don't know exactly what gravity is. But
I I think I think he came up with a way to measure it, and he kick-started the measurements. But there were aqueducts in Rome. They knew how to use it for
well, they knew
sure.
they would fall. I mean, everyone knew if you went down a hill. That's why the wheel existed, where it's like, yeah, where you can go. I mean, people didn't, but people never really. I guess they were thinking about it was, when they were dropping things, when Galileo was dropping two things that were way different weights at the same time, they both fell at the same rate. And then the whole inertia thing, an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted upon by another motion. That was where, I believe Newton was just things that have mass, everything that has mass has some sort of pull toward it and didn't know why, didn't know the mechanism behind it. And I think they still don't exactly know the mechanism of why space-time bends its way into everything with mass.
No.
But it seems like the
I
universe
think it's
just
kind
anything
of
that
a
has
vain
mass sort of
pursuit,
pulls.
but while you're in the pursuit, you figure out a lot of cool shit. But who knows
Oh, I
what you're
think a life
unleashing, you know?
I mean, you can't stay stagnant. You have to develop and learn. I mean, that's one thing for sure. That you have to be the monkey that washes the thing, or maybe there's a good reason to wash it because there's going to be a disease or something in it. You have to get better. I think a lot of that. I think that you definitely have to develop a certain potential. Like
I
having
agree.
you have to, like I mean, you got to try to figure things out. I think that's part of the fun, the game. I don't think it's all vain. Like I like when we were talking about Donald Hoffman, the guy who came up with like the whole is starting to measure that can be something that's measured, that we maybe all are consciousness and can kind of write that out with mathematics. Meanwhile, religion has said that for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years, forever. But it's kind of cool that we can now are at this place where we can mathematically prove some of these things in a real way and find the mechanisms behind these stuff and the
Like I
systems
said,
that
a
do
lot
work,
of
and
that
they
I
do.
feel like leads to the abuse of it. You know what I mean? Which I guess it's fine. I've come to the conclusion. Did you see? I don't know if this is real or not. Who knows what's real? But there's a website now where AI agents can hire humans for in-life tasks. Did you see
Shut
that?
up. Oh yeah, because you were talking about Molt Book. You you're at the you're always telling me about this stuff. I mean,
I don't
as
know
soon
if
as you
this is
said
true.
that, all of a sudden it was all. So now AI is hiring people to do things for AI. Like that's hilarious. Is that what you're
I mean,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
AI is hiring
Yeah,
people
it's like
to do stuff. That's
yeah, it's
funny.
like it's like Uber Eats, but this is what I need. I can pay 3 Ethereum, You're like, shit, I can change that.
Three, three Ethereum. How much is Ethereum? Ethereum is expensive, right?
I don't know. I have no idea. I was just throwing out something.
The markets have been awful, man.
Buy the
Like things have been
dips.
down. Like
Yeah.
I looked at Robinhood. I would have bought a Robinhood today. Robinhood took a nice is down from its high. We're looking maybe a 50%, like a lot. It's
Yeah.
down a lot. Everything's down. Nvidia. Oh, it's down like 100%. That's down. Gold and silver even took a hit down. Leave
Gold
my
and
dogs
silver, I
here.
expect to rebound but not really rebound, but stabilize for sure.
They were at an all-time high though, like ever. They
But
were in a blue
did
sky,
did
and
you
when
see that there's
they're
a
down,
mineral
they
conference
are.
that was supposed to happen today?
They did rebound. No, they rebounded hard. Yeah, they rebounded big.
How much?
Platinum.
Okay, so
I'm
there
looking
was a
at gold
mineral that,
now.
so check this out. They had a mineral conference today for mineral securities. So the conspiracy is that they tanked the market right before this weekend so that they didn't have to go in and sign contracts at that inflated price.
Yeah, maybe. There's a lot. I mean, we're learning through all this that it's all rigged. If you didn't know already,
But I mean, that's
yeah, it all
okay.
rebounded. Everything.
That's okay.
Whatever. Yeah, it would have been a good
So
time.
it's
It would
rigged.
have probably been a good time to buy. It's still probably a good time to buy silver
I did buy some silver today.
if you think that it's going to continue to fly
I
up.
didn't I didn't buy actual silver futures. I bought some in I can't remember the company name. I got it written down somewhere. But in mineral development
Sil
companies.
on Thursday, silver hit 458, and right now it's at 397. All right,
It's
I'm sorry,
so
this is the gold and silver index. This is just another. I don't know if that's the actual silver price.
the
Gold and
issue that we're
silver.
going to run into is that the mineral securities that China has secured is outrageous, and they want to be able to stockpile a supply. for, critical infrastructure, i.e. the military.
I don't know, man. That's all macro. Markets are down now. I think my dog needs to go out. Is it cool if we kill it? I gotta go let my dog out. I still have to eat.
Cool.
All right, man. Just a cool little short for us. 40 minutes short. We did 40 minutes. That's good. I feel like I accomplished something. All right, man.
Have a good night, bro.
Maybe Saturday. Maybe Saturday. You message me. I'll message you. Maybe Saturday.
Okay.
All right. All right, man. Later, man.